Hello, everybody. Welcome to SA Sociology Hub. My name is Thandeka and I am your host. Yes, I know it has been a while since I uploaded anything or any videos, so I had to take some time off and reflect on the channel and just the direction that the channel is taking. And I have been seeing your messages. Yo, I must say that I am overwhelmed by your love and your support. Thank you so much for sending those emails. I see them, I read them, and I know it's a lot and I take time to respond, but I'm glad to have you guys communicate with me. So in today's video, I will be talking about family, the importance of family in society. I don't think we talk more about, I think we know that, that family is the core of society, but we don't emphasize the power that family has. Family is the society. So without a family, there's no government, there's no economy, there's no education, there's nothing. And so every pillar of society seeks to serve the family and not the other way around. And I think we've turned things upside down and made everything else the core of society, whereas we've missed the point, with going back to family. So hopefully from this video, you'll go back and talk with your family members, ask them what are your values, where do you stand, where religion is concerned, where government is concerned, where education is concerned, and take your power back. All right, what is family? Family is defined as a group of two or more persons who are related by birth, by marriage, and by adoption, living together. So with that being said, there are 6 different types of family or families. And most of the time we think a family is just one with a mother, a father, 2 kids, and a puppy. But that's not the case. So there are different types of families in society. So the first one is the childless family, where it's just a married couple, and there's no child. And then there is a step family, where it's 2 parents with an adopted child, or a single parent with an adopted child. And there is an extended family where it's your mom, ugogo, umkhulu, umalume, u-auntie, and then there are kids, or cousin akhona lapho, so it's a mixture. It's the nuclear and the extended family. So, and then there comes a nuclear family, the one that we all aspire to, right? Having a father, a mother, 2 kids, or even 1, and a puppy, right? So I mentioned, and then there is a child-headed family. So the eldest child will be the head of the family, or they will lead the family and take care of their younger siblings. And I know we don't talk much about these families, but they exist and they are there in our societies. And if you know a child that is heading a family, please support that child. Please just be there for that child, or even that family. We can do better as a society, I think. And then lastly, it's a single-parented or single-headed household. And this is the majority or the growing percentage in South Africa. We have a lot of single-headed households where mothers are just, I know there are fathers, but in there is a high percentage of single-parented households with mothers heading the households. Yeah. What is the role of family in society? I mean, that definition, now that I think about it, is talking about a perfect family, right? It's giving a definition of family in perfect circumstances, but our families, or the notion of family in our communities, is not just like that. It's not just staying together, being related by birth, by marriage, by adoption. So I just want to talk about the whole of family, and I'll raise up different points. For example, the role of family. So the role of family is deep. It goes beyond just the 5 pillars of society, the pillars of society that I mentioned. It also goes back to itself. So it's it's the nuclear, but it's also a pillar. And there are roles that people, and responsibilities that people should be aware of. For example, in a perfect setting where there is a mother and a father, the whole of family is sharing roles, for example, nurturing and protecting, right? And that is not the reality in most of our communities, especially in South Africa, where a lot of parents are, a lot of families are single-headed. This means that the mother plays the role of both protector and nurturer, right? But even outside of that reality, we have movements like the feminist movement that is, you know, speaking up against the inequalities that take place in the family household, right? That there is a gender imbalance, and this gender imbalance feeds off onto feeds onto other, or it transcends the family space onto work, education, just society. And that's why I'm saying that family is the core of society. Whatever happens in the family spreads into the society. And so that's why we need to be very intentional about what we do, how we raise our children, or the things that we do in our families. So, yes, there is the sharing of roles in a perfect family, but even with a family that, a nuclear family, it has been found that the mothers are doing most of the work, most of the jobs. So, most of the work in the household. And even if women work, provide. So they play the role of the provider, the protector, and then they come back to nurture. Whereas in other instances, some men don't. And in all honesty, there are men that take on the role of mother, father, and and these are anomalies. What is happening in our society is an anomaly in that it's like women are taking on the role of men. Men don't know what they need to do in their society, like what their role is in society. So the second role of family within the family is socialization. And by this I don't mean ukwenza abangani okanye ufundisa umntwana ukuthi angazibeke kanjani, but I mean teaching a child the values, societal values, family values, the norms, the culture, discipline, role model. That's where role modeling takes place, right? And this is so important. It's so important. But because of the way our society is structured, I mean, this part, your socialization, everything was happening in the space of family before. But now we have outsourced a lot of things that are supposed to be done by the family, in the family. For example, like teaching the child norms and everything. Things are just outsourced, and then the focus is, and I mean, because of work, some parents don't have time, they have to provide. But providing is not the only thing that parents should do for the children. And that's why even today it's like there's this ongoing trend of that we're just being trained to be workers. But there's more to family. There's more to who you should be or who you can be other than your work. All right. And then the second thing is the role of family in education. So, yes, I just mentioned that we've outsourced education, we've outsourced friendship, we've outsourced all these education onto the family pillar, the education pillar, right? So, yes, the children go on to school to get taught. That's where they become friends. That's where they choose their careers. But it shouldn't just end there. As parents, I believe that parents should be so involved in their children's education. Come back, it's more than just doing homework with them. It's sitting and talking about the real issues that are happening in society, making sure that you understand the curriculum that your child is taught, and say whether you want your child to be taught that or not at the time, at the age that your child is taught. So I think the parents, or is more than anything, outside of just having the father and mother take the child to school or pay a lot of money for the child to go to school, it's very important again to come back and review the curriculum, know your child's friends, know what career choices your children want in the future. And thankfully, um, you can go to your teacher and ask how your child is doing. And that will, I believe that parent involvement in schools will be the reason we have less misbehavior in schools. It will be the reason why teachers will have less work on their plates. are more involved, we will have a better society. If families are and this goes more than just the parents. It goes to, the siblings supporting the other sibling, maybe in class or at school. So yeah, we can do better. We can do better. And then there's the third pillar, which is religion, where there is faith, community, and a way of life. So the religion part, it goes back to family. It serves the family in that families can choose which religion or faith they want to take on. And then that's where communities are built. So socialization is also built in the religious spaces. So parents don't just have to take on whatever, or families don't just have to take on whatever that is said to be, the way maybe in society. But we're so blessed in South Africa that we can question different religions and you can choose whatever religion that you want. And that gives you a way of life. So the fourth pillar is government. So government focuses on law and order in society. And so this also comes back into the family, like it serves family, and like it aims to protect families in society. It also, the law is what it's there to serve humanity, right? That we have safer societies, that we have good governance, we have, and that's why people are the ones that put other members of society into power or into government. And so it's also very important for families to then keep the government accountable, keep the law, make sure that the law is upheld, and speak out about things that no longer serve us as a community or as families or as, South Africans. And so it's very important to know your power there. The last one is economy, and this is what we have made the center of our society. I know money is important, but a lot of our families are neglected. I don't even want to, I think neglected is a very strong word, but a lot of families are not growing. They are not thriving because we focus so much on the economic side of things, on money. Whereas, yes, some scholar once said parents focus so much on providing for the children, but then lose their children in the process, And so, if we learn to balance, know the importance of your family, that your work is not all that you do, and it's not all that you are. There's more to you. You're a member of society. You are a member of a family. You're loved. You are appreciated, and there's more to you than just your money or the work that you do. And so, yes, we work so that we can eat, so that we can have clothes and we have roof over our heads. But there's also the wealth side of things. We want to build wealth for our families. And so that's why there's the economic side of things. But I'd like for us to, and when we think about it again, the economic side of things, the wealth and work, the goal there is to come back to serve the family. And so I know that I've mentioned different types of families, extended families, nuclear families, and everything. But in our society, we have shows like Paper Geld, Mama Zala, Moja Love yesterday. I wasn't paid, but I just thought I should just mention that. These shows show the ills of our society, that we focus so much on the money aspect. And yes, it's important for a child to grow, but if the father of the child is alive and he wants to be part of the child's life, they shouldn't be chased away because they don't have money to give and they can't play the whole I think it's very important for us to focus on the values that we're instilling in our community, to know that family is the most important thing, and to live in love. Yeah. Okay, yes, there is these roles that I've mentioned in our society that seek to serve the family or that are played by the family. So what? But we have the culture. First and foremost, the family that we know in its current state is a result of the apartheid, in that fathers were taken away from their families. And so because of that, mothers had to leave the families. A lot of families became single-headed. And so mothers also had to go and seek work, and so the family was broken then, So let's just, and now I think we need to be, yes, we have that, but now we need to be intentional again as we gain knowledge to say, but yes, I work and yeah, I go to church, but what am I doing for my family? And there is the toxic masculinity and toxic femininity that is so deep in our society that it's so difficult to just change behavior, right? But the more we talk about these things, the more we call them out to say, no, no, we should not behave this way. No, this is not the right thing to do. No, this is not serving our community. Yes, we want safer community. Then the more we will have families, So I just want us to know the importance of family and the role that family plays in society. That we are because there are families. And whether you're coming from a nuclear family, a single-headed family, a child-headed household, an extended family, you are important and you have the power to shape your family and, as a result, your society. So please be intentional. Let's go out and talk about these things. And I'm so glad that there are gender-based helplines, there are suicide helplines. There is a plethora of information about, about different religions, ways to make money, or different ways to earn an income while you can still like and still provide for the family, but also be present. There is a lot of research about parent involvement. There is a lot of videos, there are a lot of videos about parent involvement, ways that you can be intentional with your child. Your child is not just there and they need your time as a parent. And so when we feed onto this next generation, we can build better communities. It doesn't take money. It takes intentionality and time. Yes, and yeah, so that's just that. I just wanted to share the importance of family in our society, and I hope you have enjoyed the video. Please share what you think about the family, what did I miss, and how can we make our society better. All right, thank you so much. See you again next week. Bye.